Hello guys, it's Heads or Tails Gaming, and we are going to be playing Boss Monster.
Boss Monster.
And we are gonna choose our own bosses.
This is a card game. It's inspired by classic video games. Boss Monster challenges you to become a villain, build a dungeon, lure in adventures, and destroy them. So basically, you are the boss, trying to lure heroes into your dungeon so you can knock them out, claim their souls to win the game.
And you can't. And it's not a trading card game. I wish it was a trading card game, but it's not. It's an actual board game.
So we played this a long time ago, and then we haven't in a while.
Yes,
So we're kind of relearn the game as we go.
And we kind of took it from my review station, but we're gonna always put it back in our review station.
So here are the bosses.
Okay, we're gonna choose our own bosses. Sorry guys, you can't. Leave a comment down below on which boss we should have. Okay. I'm gonna choose mine first, okay?
And why don't you pick a boss for me?
Okay. I'll pick a boss for you, then I'll pick a boss. Do that one.
That one?
And I'll be... Yeah.
Zyzax.
Zyzax? Yeah, I'm gonna be Zyzax.
Alright, so I'm gonna be Draculord, as chosen by Charlie.
And I'm gonna be Zyax, chosen as me. So should we like come?
We'll put him out here in the front.
Yeah, right in the middle.
So we're playing 2 players, which means we're gonna have a modified deck of heroes, and heroes have their own health, and then like people icon at the bottom here. The 2s are for 2 players. So we got all the ones that have more than 2 on them.
Dad,
so we can play a 2-player game.
Dad, I'm gonna put this out off to the side.
Okay,
Back
yeah,
here.
definitely. So we have ourselves here regular heroes and epic heroes. The epic heroes most of them have double the health. So, but they come later in the game. So we have time to build a dungeon before we get to the epic heroes. And we build a dungeon through room cards. And these are the room cards right here, which we'll be picking out each turn. We also have what's called a spell deck. And the spell deck is things that enhance certain areas of the game.
Yes.
For example, this is Princess in Peril. It says choose one hero in town, place at the entrance of the dungeon. So you can actually force a hero to go through your dungeon if you for some reason can't have a hero go through your dungeon. And we'll go on more on that later on.
Can I see it?
Yeah, sure. I also have something like Giant Size, which is what give 1 monster room plus 3 health until the end of your turn. So these spell cards can really help out certain dungeons,
Pearl.
depending on how you use them.
Put that at the bottom, I guess.
Put it in the middle.
Okay.
There's several of those different types.
Yeah.
This is the room deck.
Okay. And
Here's the
this
spell deck. Put our discard pile over here. So there's a
Look,
bone.
Dad, you should kind of put our characters right there.
Yep.
Put mine right here.
Can you see it? Where is it at? Oh, you should put it over here.
Okay. Yeah.
Right there. Okay. All right, so to begin the game, we draw 5 cards, 5 room decks, 5 room cards,
5 room cards and
2 spell cards.
Oh, me draw, so like buh, and you go buh.
Charlie. Okay.
Same
No,
exact
but you
book.
can only place so you can only place down basic rooms, and basic rooms
Like monster.
can also be upgraded into advanced rooms.
Are they like monster rooms? Are
Yeah.
those regular rooms?
So you can only place an advanced room on the same type as an advanced room it's replacing. So, for example, if you have this card right here,
Brain Sucker Hive?
right, but you can only replace one that has the same treasure type on the bottom of the card. The treasure type is what determines the room type, and there's different kinds. There's the Ankh, the Book, the Sword.
Yep.
So it can only replace an advanced room on, like if it has a sword on it and you're trying to replace a normal room, it has to replace one that has at least one matching of the treasure type.
That's right.
Okay, and so now let's see. So we do one room at a time. With your boss is all the way on the right side. So your boss is the last room of the dungeon. So the first round is everyone places their first room face down in their dungeon. And this is the beginning of the build phase. So there's the beginning of the turn, which is reveal 2 heroes. And these are the heroes that, when lured correctly, and we'll go over that a little bit more, when lured, they will go through each of our dungeons. But they have to be lured first. Then we have the build phase, which is each of us building a room in our dungeon. Now that the build phase is complete, we reveal our first rooms. So the turns happen at the same time. We all go together. We place down rooms, and then after that, there's the bait phase. And the bait phase is whether or not our dungeons have enough bait to get these heroes to go through them. And then there's the adventurers phase, where we have the adventurers go through our dungeons, and if they survive, they become wounds, and if they are killed in our dungeon, then they become souls. And that's how you win the game. You win the game by collecting 10 souls, 10 heroes, or you lose the game by having 5 wounds. And that's 5 heroes that go through the dungeon without being completely killed. Okay? That's the end of the first build phase. So now we're going to go to the bait phase. Now, our dungeons also have these treasure types on the bottom of the cards. So for example, I have 2 inks at the bottom of my cards.
And I have 2 inks at the bottom.
And a sword as well. Now the heroes that are currently out here, the 2 thieves, have a money bags treasure type.
So they can't, because they're thieves, so they want money bags. So if we had money bags, they'll just go. Dong.
Right.
To
So
the beginning.
so because that none of our dungeons have the treasure type that these heroes want, they don't go into our dungeon.
Until we have one.
Right. So on this turn, the adventure phase is completely skipped because none of these heroes want to go in our dungeons. So now we go to the next phase. We start all over again on the beginning of the turn. And so again, we've revealed 2 more heroes that are coming into town.
Okay, so that one's going to want to go in here.
Or in here, because we both have 2. Because our dungeons have the same number of inks each, that also makes it so that the hero does not pick a dungeon. One of us has to have more treasure types of the treasures that are desired by the heroes. So a tie means the hero doesn't go anywhere. But we're starting over again, so now we each draw another room card, and we continue with the next room in the building phase, and we place our room face down.
Reveal them now?
Yep, reveal. Oh, what kind is
I
that?
got beast.
What kind is that? It's an advanced monster room. So you gotta make sure you gotta play a basic monster room. One that's not an advanced.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll just put that down.
Awesome. You both got. Oh, you got Goblin Factory. I got Goblin Armory. Okay, so now that we have our second dungeon room, we now go to the next bait phase. So, the cleric is an ink type, and we each have 2 inks, which means he doesn't go anywhere.
But this guy goes.
This guy's a mage, and Charlie has a book, and I don't have any books types of treasure, so he gets the mage. So now Charlie has a hero, and he's going to go into the adventure phase. So you're going to move this card into each of your dungeon rooms.
Per turn?
No, just you're going to move them to each, and your dungeon rooms will need to add up to 6 or more, because that's the health of the hero there. We'll need to add up to 6 in order to defeat him.
Oh, darn it! I should have put. Oh, but that's an advanced monster room.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of a strategy here where you, in the beginning of the game, your dungeon won't be powerful enough to defeat heroes on the first try. So
Wait 1 second.
So if you have any spell cards that can be played during, yeah, so it looks like, so Charlie's dungeon can only do 3, and he's got a card that he can do 2 additional damage, but that only comes out to 5, so it's not enough to defeat that mage, so it becomes a wound. So you put it off to the side here. That's 1 wound for Charlie. Alright, so now we go back to the build phase. Now we each pick up a room deck. Oh, and we got 2 more heroes coming out.
Oh, that guy's gonna want to go to me. Again.
Probably. Well, make sure you build. Well, you got 4 there. So
I can't use the
he's got
advanced
4.
monster room.
He's got 4.
I know.
So
But how am I gonna use the advanced monster room? I can't.
Yeah, you gotta pick a different room.
Then when can you use the advanced monster rooms?
By placing it on a, you can upgrade this room with that advanced monster room.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Because it has. There you go. Yeah, just like that. Well, that's your play. You can only play 1 room. Either you upgrade a room to an advanced room, or you play a new room. Those are your only options. You can't do both. Okay, well, you already switched yours, so I got Beast Menagerie here.
Hey, I got him Beast Menagerie as well.
Nice. Oh, that's an advanced. What am I doing? I'm sorry, I wanted to play this. The End Fall Cave. The Fool is a unique hero, and it says on the card, the Fool is lured into the dungeon with the player with the fewest souls. And because we're tied on the number of souls, because we have 0, then he doesn't go anywhere, so he just stays right there. So, again, we've got no one for these thieves. We got no one for the clerics, because we're both tied on clerics. Actually, you know what? No, I get the cleric. Because when you upgraded this room, you removed one of the cleric signs.
I know. I wanted to do that because...
Yeah, so the cleric goes to my dungeon, and the mage goes to your dungeon.
So he goes 1.
Yep. So count them up, Charlie. Add up the points of your dungeon and see if he's dead. 2 damage, and what does this room do?
4, so
And is that more? And then he's dead. So now he becomes a soul. Yep. There we go. And the cleric goes through my room. Uh-oh, I think he's gonna... Alright, so this guy's gonna go through my dungeon. This card does 3. This card does 1. Oh, hold on. So, you gotta read these cards. So monster rooms adjacent to this room have +1. So there's 2 different kinds of rooms. There's monster rooms, and then there's trap rooms. And it's just a different kind of a room. So they can give bonuses to each other depending on how they're played. Okay, so this room says monster rooms adjacent to this room have +1. So that's a monster room, and this is a monster room. So let's start over real quick. So this one gives it +1. So this is 4. This is 1, 5. And this is 2 + 1 is 3. That means 8. That means he's dead. And I get a soul. I get a soul.
I got a soul. We're tied.
We're tied now.
With souls, Chess. We're not tied with wounds.
Okay, and back to the beginning. So we each draw a room deck, and we place another room.
That can you like do this? Like, can you move rooms and put a room? Can you do this? That.
You can build a room over any room, but you can't build a room in the middle of a room. So you can replace these rooms when it's time to build with any room.
I want to replace this room because.
Oh, okay. But actually, you have to put it on top of it, because there are certain cards that allow you to destroy a room, and that'll reveal the room underneath it.
It's just a monster room.
Is it? Okay. What does it say to do?
When you build this room, choose an opponent that has an opponent discards a random spell card.
Alright. Which spell card?
But you have to show me.
No, it says
Okay.
random. How do you know which one's random? How do you know which one's which? This one?
What did that say?
Oh, it's assassin. That's a good one.
What does it say? Oh. Good thing you didn't use that. Because you're helping. You're helping, and you're a monster, and you're helping a guy.
I'm helping your guy go through your dungeon.
Why would you do
This
that?
is a bit of a competitive game.
Yeah. Well, good thing I discard. I made you discard it, right? Good thing I made you discard that, guys. Whoa!
Alright, I'm gonna put this guy.
Oh, hey.
Oh, sorry, I need some more heroes here.
Which one's gonna want to come to me? I think nobody wants to come to me.
So Charlie, you did a room over that. Now be careful now because now your dungeon only does 4 damage.
Hmm.
Well, you don't have anyone going to you, so that's good. You're lucky.
Mm-hmm.
I upgraded my room to give me an extra hit point. So now Anks are even, so they don't go anywhere. We don't have anyone with thieves. And the Fool goes to the ones with the most souls, and we are even on that. So the adventure phase, nothing happens. So now, start over again.
So we draw a room, right?
Yep.
That's up there.
Yeah. Ready?
Mm-hmm. Now my room says, when you build this room, you may immediately build an additional room.
Okay.
You cannot build an advanced room on each room.
Neanderthal cave.
Yes. I can't even say it.
Alright. So now, going back to the bait phase. Oh, so you got a fighter. And I have 3 fighter treasure icons, so that goes to me. Cleric, we're still tied on. You get the thieves. Because you've got money bags on yours.
No, it's 2 thieves. Okay, so 2 health. Dead.
That's right. So you get another soul.
Okay, so 5, 4, 1, 2. Dead.
There you go. You defeated both of them. So you got 2 more souls.
And this one has 8 health.
Yeah.
That one's kind of a hard one.
Alright, so the fighter in mine. So this room right here says this room's damage is equal to the number of monster rooms in your dungeon. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 monster rooms. So this card does 4 damage. So 4, 7, another 4, and he's dead. So I get another soul.
Wow. I'm actually in the lead so far
So far.
of souls.
Alright, so 2 more heroes.
Ooh. Oh, that
And
guy's
we
gonna
draw.
want to come to me.
Draw a room. And then play a room. Okay. Review.
Okay. Now, I have Mimic Vault. It says when you build this room, choose one ordinary hero town, place it at the entrance. I choose it, so I get to
Yep.
see
You get to
which
pick.
one.
No, don't pick one that you're going to get anyways. Pick one that you wouldn't get so you get the points.
Which one I wouldn't get?
Mm-hmm. Well, I know that this guy's coming to me.
I wouldn't get this guy.
Yeah, you would, because you've got 2 books. You'll get him.
I wouldn't get this guy.
Right. You would not get that
So.
guy. You want him? Okay, and you'll get this guy anyways.
So.
And this guy.
Wow.
And I'll get the fighter.
Okay. So
Oh, and I get the fool too because you have more souls than me. So I get the fool as well.
Whew!
Okay?
Listen, you.
One at a time. Make them go through.
Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the mage. So he has 8 health, 1 damage. Okay, so how much health do you have now? I can do.
Just add it all up until you get to 8. So 1 plus
4,
Mm-hmm.
5, 6, 7.
He's dead.
Dead.
Yeah, they're all dead. This is gonna get spiky really quick
Why?
because we're gonna get to the epic heroes soon. They have a lot more health.
And a lot more jewels. Because they kind of look like jewels, you can see.
Yeah. So the fool has 2 health. He's like a free soul to whoever's not doing as well. So he's dead. The fighter has 4, 4, 4, and he's dead.
So, are we at the epic heroes yet?
Almost. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Epic hero coming out.
We got 1 epic hero left.
Yeah, and he's going to you this turn, so you make sure you're ready for a guy with 11 health.
Oh, I'm not.
All right, room deck, room card.
But we can't play it. Right? We can't play it.
Well, you can play it over it. If you have a card that'll do more damage than what you have out there, you can put it over on top of that.
Yeah.
I'll place this card. This card's very special. Dragon Hatchery, which says this room contains all 4 treasure types. Hopefully, because Charlie is getting more heroes due to his variety of treasure types. I only have fighters and Anks, but now, and we've been tight on Anks this whole time, but now I've got a few extra treasure types, so hopefully I can get something. Okay, so now we have the Thief, which is definitely going to Charlie, and the Fighter's going to me, and the Cleric is still tied. Ugh.
The cleric doesn't know who to go to. Okay. 10.
No, add them up. 1,
4,
5.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
That's a wound. Now the epic heroes count as 2 wounds, but also count as 2 souls when you kill them. So now Charlie has 3 souls. 2 more, and Fighter has 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's dead. Yeah. But actually, I'm pretty good for the rest of the game. The fighter cards, they are pretty much one type of treasure, but you can pretty much defeat anything with these. The downside is that if you don't get any fighters to go through your dungeon, you might lose out on points, while the opponent might get all the points and you might lose. But sometimes...
That drawing room card?
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you play it or no?
Nah, it wasn't too good.
So you do 4. Well, you're not going to get anyone this turn, so you're okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we're going to the bait phase. So the fighter goes to me, and Charlie doesn't get anyone.
Okay.
Alright, so now the fighter has 13 health. So this does 3, this does 4, that's 7. So there's another 3, that's 10, and this does 4, which is 14. And he's dead.
Okay.
And 2 more epic heroes come out.
I really need that room. Advanced monster room.
Yeah, it's on top. I did exactly what Charlie did earlier in the game. Okay, so let's back up here. Alright, so I made a mistake. I played an advanced room by accident, all by itself, and I didn't put it on top of a room to upgrade it. So I replaced that room with a golem factory, and now I'm going to go back in time to see what I wouldn't have defeated. So that means I would not have defeated this fighter. He would have been a wound.
So he's still a wound, even though he was already a wound.
Yeah, but all the other ones I would have defeated.
Him.
So he would have been a wound, and then this turn, I'll play the Monstrous Ballroom on this guy.
This one, there's only this one. So
Alright, that one too. Okay.
Oh, 3 swords.
Okay, so Charlie gets does not get the thief because now we're even on thieves. Cleric, 1, 2, 1, 2. No, so no. Nobody gets anything this turn. So now we're back to take a card. Go ahead. The Crushinator. I like that one. Okay, so that means Charlie has 3 anks.
Oh, no.
And now has 2.
I didn't need to put that. I didn't need to put that down.
How much damage did that do, anyways?
1.
Oh,
And
that would have been downgraded.
That only did.
That's not good.
I read it, just it doesn't make sense.
Burial Mound. Once per turn, you may discard 2 rune cards to flip over. I don't know where it is. Well, it does more damage, so definitely put it over something. I would put it over this guy.
I'll put it over this.
No, this guy. This will give you the biggest damage boost. This will only give you 1 extra damage. Putting it over this one will give you 2 extra damage.
So what do you mean?
It'll give you more damage.
Like 5 damage?
No, 2, 5, 8, 10, 12 damage. So now let's see what we got here. So you got 3 anks, so you actually get all the clerics.
Oh, I'm never gonna defeat them all.
You won't defeat that one unless you have a magic spell card.
Oh, I do have a magic guy.
Right. So exhaustion says deal damage to 1 hero in your dungeon, where the damage is equal to the number of rooms in your dungeon. So basically, this card does 5 damage, and all his rooms together do 2, 5, 8, 10, 12, which means it does 17 damage, which means that guy's dead.
And I actually get my first epic hero.
So this gets discarded. So the rest of the guys that go through your dungeon should be able to go through and get killed.
Blah, 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 blah.
Well, what was the other one? Let me see that epic hero one.
It's only 11.
11. So then this does 12. So yep, you did it all. So 2.
Wow. I think I won.
So count your souls.
Yeah, 1 second. Count them?
Yep, count them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
All right. Now this guy would go through my dungeon, but he would not be enough to increase my soul count. So, Charlie, you win. Good job, Charlie. Good game. And that was Boss Monster.
And this was Heads Tails Gaming.
This was Heads or Tails Gaming. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yes, and say something nice to someone, and leave it to others. Bye.
Bye-bye.